Hey, so this is a video of how to install and torque down heads onto an LS long block. And for ease of installation, we just used our long block with no electronics installed. And I'll first show you how to take it apart. First of all, what you got to do is you got to take off the intake, which I've already unbolted. And next you've got to take off the coil packs off of the side that you're working on. Next, what you got to do is take off the valley cover using an 8mm socket. And I've already undid all of these for instruction purposes. In order to actually take the heads off, you have to take the rockers off as well. But I am getting ready to do a valve spring swap, so my rockers are off at the moment, but you'll have to take yours off. If you're using the stock head studs, you will need a 15mm socket and a 10mm socket. But for me, I am using ARP head studs, and for that you will need a 12.3/8" socket and a 12.5" socket in order to take those nuts off. Okay, so these are the ARP head studs that I'm using, and for these washers in here are the ones that you will require removal of the rockers to get to, and these are 1/2" along with the 5 on the bottom, or 5 on the inside. Then up top are the 12.3/8", and there are 5 of those on the top as well. First, you have to take off all 10 of the 1/2" nuts and all 5 of the 3/8" nuts, and then you are free to take the head off, which will be next. Now that you have all of the nuts and washers off of the head, now you're free to go ahead and lift it off of the motor. So I'm going to be installing one of these cylinder head dowels because my motor was missing one when I took the heads off. What it is, I need to put one of these in the back hole on the bottom because it's missing and it has one in the front. So let me go ahead and show you how this is done. Now that I have both cylinder head dowels onto the motor, it's time to go ahead and put my gasket on. And I am using an LS9 gasket, but most people can just use a factory replacement gasket. And now that I've got my gasket on, now I can go ahead and put the head back on. And then to get the head back on and fastened, you need to use one of the ARP washers, which you use ultra torque lube on. Then you take the smaller size nut, you go ahead and spin that on there. Then for the bigger size, you take one of the bigger supplied washers with ultra torque lube, slide that on one of the 10 bottom holes, then use one of the bigger washers, just go ahead and cut that.
Not drop it.
Go ahead and spin that on there as well. And you'll repeat that for all 15 head studs on this side. Now that you've got your head back on and all of your nuts snugged down, you want to go through your torque sequence in 3 steps. First, you'll want to do 27 foot-pounds, then 54 foot-pounds, and then 80 on your last run. And the sequence is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then for these last 5, you'll want to go in equal steps of 8, 16, and then 25. And those will just go 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15 lastly. And then your head is buttoned back up completely, ready to go.